Hello and welcome to Seagulls Social, episode 35. I am your host, Maz, and I'm joined by Ryan and Ben. How are we, chaperoonies?
Mate, to be honest, right, we could be like, I could be really down here and say, yeah, we lost last night. It does hurt, but I'm actually like thinking about it on a positive, saying, look, we played Man United really well yesterday, considering who we are. Went to Old Trafford, put on a decent display first half. We won't talk about the second half, but yeah. I'm feeling somewhat positive.
We will talk about the second half for sure
later on. Yeah.
No, but this is what I mean, though, Ryan. I think you make a very good point. It's like our fans after that, like we've gone to second place, Man United, and we've just narrowly lost. Like playing first half, we've done really, really well. Second half, yeah, poor. But we've actually given them a good game, and then people were moaning. I saw on Facebook groups going, "Oh yeah, I'm so disappointed we lost against Man United." I'm like, "How? We were like, we were not expected to get a result. So why are you upset?" Like,
that's exactly what I put on yesterday. It's just like, but just quick bit of perspective as to the quality of who we're playing tonight against second in the league, Manchester United, Old Trafford. We're disappointed with a narrow loss. Reminder, we're Brighton. That's important.
Yeah.
So just
like have a bit of perspective.
Get in the bin if you're moaning.
But before we get into it, boys, before we get into the game and stuff like that,
how has your bank holiday weekends been? That's that's the big talking point.
Mine's been pretty shit, to be honest, Ben. I've just been working, mate. I've just been working. Yeah, I mean, I got pulled the short straw at work, so I've been working most of it. But yeah, apart from that, I've just been sitting in the balcony enjoying the sun. I know, mate. Yeah. How about you, Ben? You're a bit hungover, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, man. So like, if we're talking a football match, because there's 4 days of this bank holiday weekend, bank holiday is currently 3-0 up against me. I've been absolutely Friday. But it's not all just down to like late night at all, really. Like so, Friday, like early morning, I'm really into my golf at the moment. So I played golf at Burgess Hill, and then played football all day with my mates. And then the next day, on Saturday, I played football in the morning, like a 6-a-side match for an hour. Everyone was blowing by like 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, it was horrific. Still managed to score, which is good. Hopefully this one.
What? You managed to score?
Sign him up.
Yeah,
you must be playing against St Dunstan's, Ben.
I got picked second. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is class. So like when they were doing captains for picking the teams. If any of the boys are watching that played, good game. It finished 7-0.
Who did you play? Did you play against?
No, it's just like a group of mates that we always just get together. There's like loads of us in a group chat, and then someone will say, we've got a slot available. Everyone just puts their hands up first, basically. And then played golf after that straight away. And then the next day played golf in the morning, this Sunday morning. Then went to my friend's birthday yesterday, and so had to watch the match on a laptop on dodgy Wi-Fi. So my match notes are a bit dodgy as well, but we'll try and get through it.
Well as yeah, you're a bit frazzled at the moment. Well, yeah, mate. Yeah. But yeah, just before we get into the match notes.
Ryan's weekend.
Ryan,
Ryan's weekend.
What'd you get up to?
Yeah, mate. To be fair, been doing all the editing stuff as per usual. A lot of it just doesn't change, but TSR's an 18.8k, so we're vibing with that.
Mate,
but yeah,
off,
it's doing well. But decent weekend to be fair. It's been with the family. Had a nice little walk. Been playing a bit of football with my mate on the Friday. Basically the same as you, Ben. Just played all day with a few mates, and by the end of it, your legs are completely dead, and the following day, you literally can't move your legs.
Oh my God.
It's lovely.
Yeah. I've got a swole on my ankle, just like the size of a golf ball at the moment. It's horrific.
Yeah, literally.
Mate, it must just be nice just being with your mates, though. Do you know what I mean? Like,
great.
Like being stuck indoors the whole time.
I pulled off the craziest Cruyff turn, and I was so proud of it because I've been watching so much Pascal.
Who did you learn that off? Yeah, who did you learn that off? Lallana or Pascal?
Yeah, mate, been watching too much Gross, so I was just like, right, okay, I'm actually going to try this. Never done it in my life. Cruyff turned my mate, completely sold him, inside of the foot, off the post. Oh, it's a beautiful goal, really. Beautiful goal.
Jeez. Man, I was saying yesterday, I was like, imagine the bookies offered prices on Cruyff turns per game. If you had Pascal Gross and Lallana, mate, you'd be an absolute millionaire.
Yeah, literally.
So much money, mate, right, boys, just quickly, before we get into the match report, etc., we just wanted to quickly just to cover
address the tears.
We got literally address the tears that came from a lot of the Twitter, actually, mostly. But a lot of people moaning. Yeah, we caught a lot of bites on Twitter with our selection of our Ultimate 11 and our Worst 11. I think the Worst 11 got a bit more criticism, didn't it? It got more criticism than the Best 11.
Worst one. Yeah, I didn't actually see much of it, but I heard about it. I was like, God, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people didn't agree with our Izzy Brown and Charlotto, basically. That was the two main sort of talking points. But, I mean, yeah, I suppose we can sort of maybe justify it, maybe, in a weird way. I suppose it was just like... Yeah, I mean, I'll start. I just personally, it was just one of those things. It's like, it's just what based. I know with your one, Ben, with Peter Ward, that was like the only exception, but we did it based on like what we've experienced,
who
what
we've
we've
seen.
seen.
I'm not going to see some bloke called Nigel that played for Brighton in the 1920s who was useless for a few games. Like, how am I meant to know that?
Yeah, some guy was like, well, it's not the worst ever team, is it? I was like, well, it is in our lifetime. Like, this is all we. How can we base something off something we don't know? Like, it just doesn't make sense. He's like, oh, well, you shouldn't have put Ever then. I was like, all right, mate, like, calm down.
Yeah,
like,
it's so funny when they
like,
say,
really,
but you weren't the Goldston, because I wasn't born, mate. Sorry,
Yes.
make sure I was born earlier.
It was Toys R Us when I was born, mate. It was a Burger King and Toys R Us. That's all I've ever known as, mate. And now it's a Nando's, so I'm sorry.
Yeah,
literally.
You weren't a 1997 game, because I wasn't alive. we wouldn't do that.
I'm so sorry.
No, literally. So yeah, basically, to everyone who's like giving us stick about and grief about it, just calm down. It's not that deep.
I can see the Izzy Brown one, but I think the reason why I said Izzy Brown, and it's not really his fault, because it's just basically so he got injured, of course, and like he had a really good season in the Championship with Huddersfield when they got promoted with us. So then we signed him, and then he gets injured. I think in like the friendly
expectation to reality sort of thing, maybe.
And then gets injured for a while, don't see him, then he comes back, and then he gets injured again. So that's kind of like why it was a bad signing. It's not his fault, but it's just the way it is.
And also as well, on top of all this, we're not going to remember, like, me personally, me speaking, I'm not an encyclopedia of knowledge in terms of like every shit player or every best player we've had like to a T. So obviously we're going to miss out on a few. Like, we're not going to have like that extensive knowledge where, these other people might have. So it's just like, it's only based on what we can remember, what we saw, and what we've experienced with. And also some guy as well was like, oh, you never been to the with Dean? I was like, mate, I was there for loads of games. Like, how have you got that?
Mate, they've all got their bios.
We've done. It's just like
all of their bios are exactly the same. It's like season ticket holder since 1971. It's like, okay, cool. Like,
well done, mate.
I wasn't alive then,
Peter badge, lads. We're running out of blue Peter badges here, boys. Fuck me.
I'm still standing by my Scalotto decision. Everyone was giving me, a bit of stick for that, but I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I'm still standing by Scalotto. So
even at the time, I was like, nah, I'm not really having it. But the thing, and final thing on this as well, actually, there's three of us as well, so we have to come to a decision as a group on each position. So obviously we're gonna have differing opinions. Like, I didn't really I didn't agree with the Greer one.
It was like between Wing and Charlotto, wasn't it? And like Wing had a legendary status, but then when I saw him at the Withdean, he was towards the end of his career and he was poor. So that's why we didn't put him in, because he was good for us.
And then there's like loads of these people that were saying like loads of suggestions. Like, fair enough. Like, they are shit as well. But it's just like, we can only put X amount of players in. We can't have like.
We're all Brighton fans. We know how many shit players we have had. Like, we're gonna miss some.
Exactly.
Basically, look,
different
generations. Line is,
don't
take it too seriously. Don't take it too seriously, and don't get too hurt about our opinions, because that's all it is.
Love, peace, and techers. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, exactly. Right, let's crack on then, boys. So getting into it then, poor start from us, wasn't it? Really, we didn't really get off to a good start. I saw a lot of reactionary sort of tweets and stuff like that from our fans.
Like, please.
Like, we're awful, and I was like, mate, calm down. It's like the first 10 minutes, like, chill. And then we started getting into it, didn't we, Ryan? The difference from the first sort of 10 minutes to the rest of the first half was quite a big difference, wasn't it? I don't know what happened, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, we started sloppy. United were just passing it around us if we weren't even there at the beginning, and I was thinking, oh God, we're in for a bit of a bad time here. But so we rode the waves, got away with it, and then what I said at the time was, I think it was last season that in the first 15 minutes we were 2-0 down. United started really, really strong, and they scored 2, and then it was a bit like, oh God, and then we actually got into the game. So the good thing was we didn't concede in those first 15 minutes, and we actually saw it out and then got into the game a bit. Scored a goal, Welbeck, prime R9. Am I right? He's just unbelievable. Best striker ever. I never doubted him ever. Mope
I never doubted
Mope, Yeah,
it's a brilliant cross.
I haven't seen him. Did not know he had that in his locker. That's just him playing out a bit more out wide again, and that obviously in that bit of play.
He's doing right on that right wing. Actually, he's done it twice now. He's looking pretty good out there. I think I quite like the Trossard, Mope, and Welbeck front three, because they sort of rotate.
Give him back the number 7, and let's get a proper number 9.
True. But no, they work quite well, because it's not just a set in stone front three either, because they sort of all drift in between each position across the front three, which is quite nice. So I think that sort of complements Graham Potter more than anything. He's able to get these versatile players playing how he wants. But it's a great goal. Like, the whole move was really nice, and it sort of rounded off. It completed against a run of play, which is quite nice for us.
2 in 2 from Welbeck now as well. It's class.
Yeah, it was nice to see. It was nice to see Mopé turning provider as well. Like you said, it was like he can. You know, I know he needs to be scoring goals, and that's sort of like we want him to be our main outlet, which he has, to be fair. Like I think he's our top goal scorer.
He's still got 8 goals.
But
people say he hasn't scored.
Yeah,
he's got 8 goals.
No, exactly. And the fact that, like, you know, he's maybe now starting to get assists to his game as well. That's what you want. You know, like Harry Kane's got what, like ridiculous, like 18 goals, 12 assists, 13 assists, wherever it is. Like, you want him to, obviously not to those levels. I don't think he'll ever get to those levels. But you want him to be able to provide more than goals. And it's nice to see that. And the front three as well. You know, last week when I said about when we were doing the Man United preview, I was like, all I want, even if we lose, I just want a continuation of form, like in terms of how well our players play together. And I thought, like, fair play, apart from the second half, maybe I thought we definitely did that. Like, we looked good. The front three looked really, really good. And yeah, it was just a shame, obviously, what came. But no, the goal was lovely. As Ryan says, a Beckham-esque cross.
And we actually got a bit of fortune that the. True. We actually got a bit of fortune that, like, obviously it's a fairly decent save from Henderson in the first place, but for it to just literally come straight back to Welbeck, just
it was good. It showed his alertness.
And they hit the post like moments before that too. So that goes to show a bit of luck going our way. So yeah, it's actually something put on that.
Back in the day, that probably would have hit Sanchez in the back and gone in the goal, something like that.
Yeah,
some sort of shit
would have done. Yeah, true. But we United played a good first half, didn't we? I thought. Sorry, man. I thought we were really good. Like, we looked really strong.
No, it's cool.
It was just another one of those. And Lallana, mate, was keeping it all ticking. Like, we were looking so good with Lallana in there. He was just making it. It was like it was his game. He was just completely running that midfield, both us and United's. He was really, really good.
And I thought Basuma as well in the first half. Second half, not so much, but the first half, I thought him and Basuma, I thought were like perfect combination. He had Basuma
what
doing
midfield
all
that is.
Like the dirty work.
Got a good team.
And you've got Lallana just being his class. Yeah, 100%. Hey, I think we're so like criminally underrated with regards to like people that we should not be down where we are. Like we should not be near Newcastle. We should not be near Fulham. Like, I know we're 6 points ahead of Fulham, but like it's just like
I think we should be okay now with the relegation. No, I think we should be all right. I don't want to jinx it but I think we should be fine. I think we need like another win and a draw. I think to really be okay.
No,
so I think we
I'm
should
confident.
be fine. Yeah.
I'm confident.
Thank God for Villa though beating Fulham. Like, I've never seen. I saw Trezeguet's name, like, because I saw them 1-0 up, obviously until like the 80th minute or whatever it was. Thank God for Trezeguet, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, true.
So that must be really deflating for Fulham. Yeah,
he turned into David Trezeguet, mate. That's what he was doing.
He did.
Pulling out the David Trezeguet.
They were good goals actually.
And Mings as well. I know we're not talking about Brighton, but we know we have like a Mings agenda. Him flopping and giving it to Mitrovic to score.
Yeah,
he did make up for it though,
Ryan,
didn't he?
you had a field day with that, I bet.
Yeah, mate, I put a tweet on straight away. You already know. People really said Mings dunk. Yeah,
English best centre back.
Yeah, put it straight on. 200 likes in the first 20 minutes of it being up.
Ryan had it in draft. Ryan had it in the drafts ready to go. He was just like ready to tweet it whenever he like mistake. He's got it in his drafts. Right?
I bet Tyrone Mings is a lovely guy. If I ever met him, I bet he's a lovely man. But mate, I've got the biggest agenda against him. It's so bad, but I don't really care because it just works.
He's a bit of a fraud.
Yeah,
he's not as good as I think Konsa's much better than
100%.
But onto the actual best England centre back. Lovely little segue into the next one. So Dunkey's header. Anywhere else, either side of that keeper is going in. It's just a shame that it didn't, obviously.
But
yeah,
I didn't think it was a corner.
Did it? Yeah, did it?
We all said the same thing.
Yeah, he didn't touch it. Henderson didn't touch it. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we somehow got a corner from it. So
yeah, I don't know how that happened, but you know,
I don't know.
To be fair, United had a few of those second half, didn't they? Corners that shouldn't have been, in my opinion. But you know, that's just Mike Dean for you and whoever Lino's were.
I was gonna, like I said yesterday, it's like Mike Dean. If he goes like 60 minutes or 70 minutes without doing anything, he's just like, right, it's my time to shine now.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to do something just to affect the game because
got to make it all about him.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Why has he got that like thing about him? I just don't get it. Like, why
ego in it.
Does he think that he needs? Yeah, because
you see, actually,
he's a good referee. But...
No, I don't. I think there's a new ref, isn't there? In the Port Vale game tonight. It's the first ever female referee in the EFL. Yeah, it's the first ever female referee. And mate, I'm all for that. If she can't be any worse, surely.
Yeah.
Like, she can't be any worse than we've got.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Get them in. Get some new referees in about time.
Yeah. No, facts. Honestly,
good luck to her. Good luck to her.
The standard of
If she's bad,
officiating
though,
in this
God.
country is a shambles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's probably been learning
you'd
off them.
hope,
She'd probably be useless.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's the thing. If it's fucking Mike Dean training her, she's
Mike Dean's daughter
got no
probably,
chance.
innit? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
She's done. She's already
got no
finished.
chance. So, literally. So, but the thing is, I think it's a wider thing. It's the wider thing, isn't it? Of like officiating in this country is a shambles. Like even at VAR level. So let's talk about it now. We might as well. Let's talk about the penalty incident. So obviously Maguire. If anyone who didn't watch it, Maguire. Well, in my opinion, pulled back Welbeck as the cross came in, and he basically could have hit it in, but wasn't given the chance. So obviously Mike Dean initially didn't give it, and then he went to VAR, and then VAR didn't give it either. So for me, like, it's not just the referee's incompetence; it's then VAR's incompetence on top of that. It's just like where does it finish? Like where does the line?
Where does it end, Robbie?
Get drawn.
It's just the whole clear and obvious
Where
thing.
does it end, Robbie?
It's so annoying, this whole clear and obvious, because then it is just I don't know. It's just down to that person's what's the word I'm trying? Yeah, exactly. And like, yes,
it's all
I
subjective.
Think it would have been a soft penalty, but it's still a penalty nonetheless. Like, there's always going to be levels to a penalty of how much of a penalty it is or not. And unfortunately, this one was probably a weakish shout for a penalty, but it was a penalty. He did enough to put off Welbeck scoring the goal there. I've seen a lot of United fans saying that it was never a penalty. It was never a penalty. Obviously,
they would have got it. They would have got it. 100%. They got it. If it was the other way round, it's theirs. If Bruno Fernandes was there with his arms like this, going like that, and then rolling around for the next half an hour, that's a penalty any day of the week. But just because it was Danny Welbeck in Brighton shirt. Oh mate,
Shearer, Ian Wright, they said it was a penalty as well. So did Mark Chapman.
Yeah, they did. Do you see what Graham Potter said as well?
Made me feel better.
He said that if it was given in the first place, then they probably wouldn't have overruled it. But because it wasn't given in the first place, they didn't overrule it. It's just clear and as you said about clear and obvious. It just doesn't make any sense.
Because basically, what it is as well is it's sort of this jeopardy as well was like how VAR don't want to undermine the referees. So if they seem to be undermining referees, they lose credibility. But surely that's the point of VAR is to do that. That's
to help them out.
Job.
Isn't that what it was there for?
Yeah.
To help them out.
It's not to undermine them, it's to help them. Yeah.
The positivity, though, it was a great little counter attack, wasn't it? I think Ben White's little through ball to McAllister over the top to Mope. What a little counter attack that was.
Yeah,
and again, a good pass from Neil Mope to Welbeck in the first place.
Mate, Mope's got so many levels to his game, and this is what I've kept saying for so long. And I think it's actually working with him on the wings, like as that sort of like left and right forward. He actually seems to be working as a bit of an inverted forward. It works because I think he's just got so much more to his game than just scoring goals. And hopefully now that Danny's firing, like, because no doubt if Maguire didn't put him back, Welbeck would have finished that off, I reckon.
Oh yeah.
That's the bit for me which makes it a pen. If we didn't drag him back, that's a goal because Maguire was just caught sleeping there, wasn't he? That's why he had to do something to get in the way of it. But I don't know. I think it was very soft, but I do think it was a penalty. The
bigger picture is for the clubs. It's like it's the club that's obviously fighting. I don't think saving the referees. What's the word I'm looking for? God, my brain is absolutely fried today. Saving the referees. I don't know. Making the referees look better for this whole clear and obvious thing is just that's putting the referee first, like his feelings first, rather than the actual situation of the penalty itself. So you're saving
feelings over facts.
Basically. So you're not making the referee look like an idiot, which should be the club first, really.
100%. And agreed. Like it wasn't one of those where it's like what an absolute outrage, like in the sense that it wasn't proper clear and obvious, but there's enough in it for him to, and like Ryan said, if that was happened to a Man United player, they would give that straight away.
Mate, if it's Bruno Fernandes, if that was a goal, that's why that was a pen.
Bruno Fernandes
any day. Bruno Fernandes,
Rashford. And then we missed the first goal, didn't we? We missed out to talk about the first goal. To be fair to United, I'll give him that. Like apart from Veltman's mistake, mistake. It was a bit harsh to call it a mistake.
Yeah, a few wrong decisions.
Poor touch. Poor touch.
Yeah, poor touch. Yeah, poor touch.
No, but even before that,
so
like he got the ball back, and then he should have like given it back to Donkey. Held on for it too long, then Cavani kind of closed that off.
He had a bit of a mare, didn't
where
he?
Donkey was,
Veltman.
and then he had just had a little hit and hope ball up to Trossard, who was never going to win a header against Maguire.
No,
I think Maguire then headed it, and then obviously Veltman fumbled the little touch there, and Bruno.
But then I thought, in their defence, to be fair, like it was a good goal. Fernandes sort of took the ball up to pitch, great little layoff, and a good finish in the end.
Yeah, good finish from Rashford.
So I mean,
Trash
there's not
fraud.
too many complaints really.
God.
Yeah, not too many complaints from me for the goal. But then and then second half, boys, we just didn't get going, did we? We were just a bit poor.
Nah, we were so bad.
Like, it was just second half syndrome again. It's always that.
Do you think Potter would have said to them to sit back though? Do you think Potter would have told them at second half, be like, look, let's hold on to a 1-0? But they were there for the taking in the first half because we played so well. Surely you think we're doing well here. Let's carry on.
He doesn't strike me as that kind of manager though, Ben. I don't think he is that kind of manager.
Well, we were very conservative though, weren't we? We didn't really do anything. I think we had an XG of 0.00 in the second half. We didn't have a shot on target.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So
we did. Yeah.
Like that's really bad, really. So if you don't create anything,
said that. United didn't have a shot until like 60th minute. One of you said, didn't
they? So until I think it's up until the
didn't have a shot on target in the first half.
Until the 60th minute, didn't have a shot on target.
Yeah. So then we didn't have a shot on target in the second half. So levels itself out, really, doesn't it?
Evens.
Yeah. A draw would have been a fair result, but you can never get a fair result.
I agree.
I think a draw would have been a fair result.
Mate, they've got the referees hired for them, so you can't get a fair result.
Old Trafford. I just really want to win there so bad. Just get a smirk off my brother's face, like straight away as soon as I woke up.
I was gutted. You weren't in the house with for your
whole United
derby.
family. That must be so annoying, mate. I just leave the house.
It's good. When we beat him at the Amex, that Glenn Murray flick. The first time we beat him in the first season, I was at the Waterside, which is my local shout out Waterside. That was class because that was just like full of Brighton fans. And then the second time when we beat him at home, that was when I was with them, and he was just
that
in
first
such a bad mood.
Game, that first game at the Amex, that first season was so good. What a game that was! Oh, mate, pure memories. Oh, that was like 2.8 millimeters over the line or something,
wasn't it as well?
It
we
was so loud.
Got relegated like that first season, maybe even second season.
Yeah, but then that's the same sort of this season with our away form. We've been quite good away from home. That's where we've got all our points from. So weird, really.
But the thing is, I personally don't understand this whole this crowd thing because I'm like it applies for everyone. It's the same for everyone. Like some teams, because I've seen some teams. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is I've seen some teams complaining about the fact that the reason why they're playing shit is because they don't have home fans. I'm like. Come on, like it's the same for everyone though. Like I get it, maybe you're not, fair enough. You might play better with fans, but it's the same for everyone. Like everyone, it's not just you.
I think it's a mentality thing. I think Rio Ferdinand and Steve Sibbott hit it on the head last night. I don't know if you watched the analysis, but they said that our mentality, as soon as we concede, is so bad. We just literally, everyone's heads drops, and we look like we're just doomed. If we concede, we're doomed. It's really, really bad. I think we've got 20 points dropped from leading positions now. I mean, that's pretty unforgivable on any stretch. I mean, I always back Potter, but that's really poor. Yeah, that comes from the top, I'm afraid, because that's a mentality thing that's drilled into you. You should be able to, see out a game and actually hold on to a lead. Like you shouldn't be conceding and then letting
Is that
your head
because
drop
of this second half syndrome that we got? And but then we're sitting back on a 1-0 lead when we should be going for the second or the third. Maybe surely that's down to it, because this isn't the first time where we've fumbled like a positive first half and then the second half we're a completely different team.
It's happened so many times now. Yeah, it's so frustrating. It's really frustrating because we can't just kill a game off. I mean, I know we did it against Newcastle and we did it against Southampton, but that was a rare exception, really, wasn't it? It's not something that's happened much this season. And as I say, 20 points from leading positions drops. That's really poor. I mean, any stretch of the imagination.
I think that's the key thing about this season is we haven't been ruthless enough. Apart from the 2 games against Newcastle and the one you mentioned, Ryan, against Southampton, I think that 3 games out of a whole season that have, for us that stands out anyway.
Convincingly
that we've been ruthless
put a team away.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, it must be a mentality thing. The fact that we're just not doing it, and we're playing well. And sometimes it's not even second half syndrome. It's like second half we play really well, and then first half it's just basically a game of two halves, like every game. Like it's just with a couple of exceptions, and it's just frustrating as fans, I suppose. It's just seeing that all the time. But then in the final goal, what a disgusting way to concede. Like I watched that goal and I was just like, that is vile. That is actually vile. Like the missed kick from Pogba, then like just a scrappy goal. I was just like, it's just typical. It was a beautiful goal. I was like, fair enough.
Yeah, I know, even my mates at the party with me, like watching it, ended up watching it on the laptop for a bit. They like don't even like football. They were like, "Oh God, that is so unlucky." And I was like, "You're fucking telling me this is horrific."
Yeah.
I had to basically this is the analogy I used to describe it because they didn't understand the whole Brighton versus Man United thing and why it's a big game, why I needed to watch it. Because they're all like everyone's a Harry Potter fan, it's kind of. Well, most people anyway, and they like Harry Potter. So I was like, imagine Gryffindor and like Quidditch. They're Man United. They're like the best team that win all the time. And then we're like Hufflepuff that will never beat Gryffindor ever. And then they finally understood that was like the analogy that worked. And so they were pretty disappointed, obviously, that Hufflepuff didn't get the dub against Gryffindor.
To be fair, I mean, we could have been worse, to be fair. Yeah. Yeah, so no.
So if you ever I have a clue what you're on about right now. Football. You could be speaking Spanish for all I know. I literally don't have a clue.
Have you never watched Harry Potter?
How have you not watched Harry Potter?
Oh, mate, I can never get into it. Just never been into Harry Potter. I was into Star Wars.
I was to say, what? No, Star Wars is the worst, mate.
Lord of the Rings is the best out of all of them, by the way. Lord of the Rings is.
Lord of the Rings, you're right. No. Oh God.
Nah, Lord of the Rings, defo, yeah. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter.
I'm on the wrong podcast.
Mate, Star Wars is the worst franchise. Star Wars is the worst.
Are you mad?
Franchise ever.
No way. No.
Right, comment down below. What
Star Wars is clear.
Star Wars
is clear.
Or Lord of the Rings.
No way. No chance.
Mate, Star Wars is so
By the way, let me just say this.
I'm not like
a massive Harry Potter fan either. I don't know every line like some people do, or have scarves of Gryffindor shit like in the house. Like some people do. I think it's okay. But yeah, Lord of the Rings is the best franchise. Say no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
I don't really know
back to the football.
Yeah, back to the football.
Back to the football. But yeah, shit goal to concede. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Just seeing that go in.
Bissouma was dreaming for that. I watched it back.
Yeah.
And, he was completely in no man's land. He let his man go completely. And I saw from the moment, I think he got done in midfield and then he sort of drifted into the box. Greenwood was there, so you think, okay, now you've got to pick up Greenwood. He's right behind you. And he just didn't even look at him. He sort of drifted around. Greenwood was making a run in. It was so simple, and there was literally two men unmarked. Yeah. And I think Dunk actually was another one that could have been on the end of it. But yeah, it was so poor. It was really, really poor. And it's so annoying to concede in that manner because we're so solid defensively, and then we let something like that happen. It's so frustrating because, mate, imagine trying to convince a whole Premier League saying we've got a really good defence, we've got Dunk, we've got Webster, we've got White, we've got all this, and then we go and concede goals like that. It's just like, well, we clearly can't be that good, then, can we? But yeah.
Seeing Ben White put his body on the line like that, just it's so hard to watch.
Yeah,
Painful.
But no, I mean, look, overall, just to summarise, I think for me personally, for the game, I'm not too disheartened. I'm not too disappointed. Like, I went into the game. I said before the game to one of my mates, I was like, if we get a draw, be fantastic. If we don't, I won't be too fussed. Like,
I think we should have got a draw.
I was hoping for a draw. Yeah. Draw. I think draw would have been a fair result. But look, I'm not so upset. Like you said earlier, Brian. I don't think we're in it. I don't want to jinx it, but I don't think we're in trouble anymore. Like in the sense that I don't think we're going to get relegated. It was one of those games where we could have got a result, we didn't, and we just go on to Everton. Like, just remain positive.
You guys both that confident that you don't think we're in trouble?
I think we're okay. I think we'll be okay. As I say, we need like 1-2 wins.
Do you think Fulham? I know Fulham play good football, but do you reckon
I think that basically the teams around us are just worse. Newcastle and Fulham. Yeah, Newcastle and Fulham. I just think they're worse.
Wolves, Palace, even didn't get dragged into it yet.
We're a good team.
Is it a kind of good weekend around us for results? I know Newcastle got a point against Tottenham, but yeah, I think Tottenham's defence was absolutely shambolic, and Joe Linton scoring his 4th goal in 62 games.
Joe Linton scored. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Joe Linton.
Other than that, we had some pretty good results around us. I think they've both got pretty tough. What was that? What was the stat that we saw that some group posted? It was like we've got one of the hardest run-ins, haven't we? They've done it. They've measured it in.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should be okay. Like, we've got. I think we've got a chance against Everton next game. I think we've got a chance. I mean, I think there's no reason why we can't go.
They're
and
very
take
hit and miss, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's at our place, isn't it? So I know it doesn't make much of a difference at the moment, but we've never been great notoriously at Goodison Park. So maybe we could get something. I don't know. I think we could. I'm going to be positive.
No,
we can play any team.
Confident.
We can play any team in the league. We really can. As I say, we've got a good team. We've got a really good team.
Is that the Amex, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Now that we're scoring goals, I feel good for it. Like we've proven that we can be clinical now. It's not like we've got a load of chances missed in the last few games, because we actually haven't. We've taken our chances when they've come up. And mate, Welbeck, this is actually a question I want to ask. Sign him a new contract or not? Because he's obviously on a 1-year deal. So would you take him next season again on another contract?
At the moment, definitely. Because of our options and the likelihood of us getting a £40 million striker is just absolutely not happening.
It's not going to happen.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's not
let's
be
realistic. Unless we finish in the top 10 next season or somehow miraculously do it this year, then I can't see us signing like an Ivan Toney from Brentford or anyone like that could give us those extra goals.
We won't get Toney.
I'd give him the contract, because the strikers around us, we don't know what Antonio's like at all.
Yeah. I think as a squad player, definitely, he's good to have in the squad because he's got the experience. He's a good, he's not even that old, to be fair. Was he 30, 31?
He's 30. He's fine.
Just 30.
Got time.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, so he's not even old. So he's still but he's a bit more of an experienced head. He's been at Man United for a good few years. Been at Arsenal. He's a very good person to have in the changing room.
Because
he's been around winners. Yeah,
he's already scored double the goals he scored at Watford as well. So I think that it does show that we've got.
He's a good option.
Graham Potter can get the better out of him. I think, if you let him go, he's going to go to another club in the Premier League. He's not going to go to the Championship because he's too good for that. So I think keep him. He's doing well, and as long as you keep him fit, I think he's always going to give you something. He's always going to come up with a goal here and there. I mean, he's proven now 4 goals this season in the Premier League. That's actually a pretty solid return considering it's a free transfer and we didn't really expect too much. It's not even the end of the season yet, so. I'm taking him on another contract, to be honest.
He's looking back to full proper match sharpness now, isn't he? So
I wasn't his biggest fan.
We'll see some goals in him towards the end of the season.
Yeah. I wasn't his biggest fan when he first came in, to be honest with you. As you boys put,
it was a bit of a banter signing, and then
but he's actually grown on me a lot, and he's actually backing it up. He's backing it up with performances. I think that's the key thing. He's actually been turning up and playing well. So
the fact that he's only given that year that he actually had to fight for something. I remember when we signed him, I said that I was like, this will be he'll need to fight for something. He's fighting for another. Hopefully another season in the Premier League with Brighton.
That's a really good point, actually. That's a really good point because he could have come in let's say if we signed him on a 3-year contract, he might have just been a bit comfortable.
Just bum around.
I'm calm. I'll make.
Yeah,
exactly. So
got my big bag for the next 3 years.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. It's a really good point.
I do have him sometimes, Maz. I do.
Yeah, even when you're half cut, mate. I love it. Right, so we're talking about Everton actually, so we might as well get on to them. So Everton next game, they're on the back of 3 losses, all comps.
Easy win then.
I said up the Duffies and
up the Duffies, yeah.
Easy win.
Will James Rodriguez be playing though? Because he's obviously having his transformation, isn't he? Have you not seen that, Ryan?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
You know, first lockdown, everyone was making these random rumours, like the whole lasagna Wembley thing. Someone made it one about James Rodriguez, the reason why he hasn't been playing, and because he's getting a transformation into a female. And it done the rounds basically.
I did not see any of that, so I don't know. I didn't get it.
Funny. WhatsApp. I was getting WhatsApp group. I got a massive message saying that James Rodriguez not been training.
Just forwarded.
Gender reassignment surgery, and I was just like, that's the biggest load of bollocks. And then I think even a lot of big sort of page on Twitter as well jumped on it. I think even it was someone close to the club. I swear, one of the Everton I can't remember who it was, but someone tweeted about it as well, like basically taking a piss out of it. That James wasn't playing because of it. I was like, for fuck's sake. But yeah, I mean, if he does play, that'll be. If he doesn't play, that'll be great. But yeah, they go into it on 3 games. They've lost 3 games in a row. So I mean, they're not going into it with the best of run of form. They lost obviously to City, Burnley as well, and Chelsea. Only obviously 2 hard teams, but yeah, they come into the game sort of low on form, I suppose.
They've got it all to play for, though, haven't they?
Boys.
They've got it all
We've
to
got
play
Palace
for.
tonight, haven't they, as well?
Yeah, and they're only
3
3 points off the Europa League spot, so they've still got a lot to play for, and I think they'll be up for that one. But I think we've got a lot to be up for as well, because I think if we win, what does that put us on? 35 points. So that puts us. We can go above Wolves, because Wolves have been really, really poor, I think. So I think we've got a bit to play for in terms of Palace are still catchable. We can still. It'd be nice to finish above them for once. I think that's got to be the motivation now. Just try and get above Palace. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But obviously, I'm not saying we're going to, because I bet this gets clipped out of context. It's going to get clipped out of context from a Palace page now, and they're going to say, you can get it. Yeah, all right, we get it. We always finish above us, so I get it. Fine, but still, it'd be nice to finish above you one day.
Nah, 100%.
I can't really argue with them at the moment because they beat us last time, so fair enough.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? It's a tough one. But yeah, no, we're only we're 5 points behind them, but they got a game in hand. So if they win tonight, that I think it's going to be quite an uphill task for us to finish above them. Yeah. Oh, wait, are they playing tonight? No.
They're playing tonight against West Ham.
West Ham. West Ham will beat them, I reckon. So, West Ham will beat them.
Yeah, West Ham are decent at the moment.
No, wait, they've got Everton today.
So yeah, I mean,
don't go Everton today. Palace.
No, it's Wolves West Ham. Oh wait. What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was talking about Palace.
It's Palace versus West Ham, and then Wolves versus. No, wait. What now? You've confused me.
It's Palace against Everton
versus Palace.
Everton Palace.
Sorry.
Everton Palace.
Yeah.
Everton
Sorry. Yeah, got it clear now. There we go. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, no. I mean, going into the game, I think we should be more than confident. We can definitely do that.
Definitely.
And then I don't know. Anything else, boys? Anything else you want to discuss?
Moda scored against England. Mixture of emotions. I was weirdly I was like, this is actually quite cool, but at the same time, I was a bit like, God's sake. But yeah, it's quite fun.
I was just like, meh. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really care because I don't support England, but I was just like, go on the Moda. I was buzzing for him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, what a guy. Mate, to do that on the international stage, he's 22,
at Wembley?
23?
Wembley.
He's
21, isn't he?
Like, that's just class. Is he 21? Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I mean, to do that on an international stage, I was buzzing for him. I was so happy because he's a Brighton fan. As a Brighton fan, sorry. So yeah, absolutely buzzing. I don't know, Ben, you still here, mate?
Yes, I had to blow my nose. I was literally struggling there, holding in him.
Yeah. God.
Did we actually talk much about Everton? Like, I don't know. Like, on the back of our performances, if we do have another good performance, I don't see why we can't get.
I think
we
will.
Maybe.
I think we'll beat them. I really do.
We play like we don't again.
I think we could beat them.
So do I.
Why not,
mate? We can. We've torn apart teams. We always play a team off the park, and I don't doubt for a minute that we'll go to Everton and play really well. Well, they'll come to here, and we'll play really well. I guarantee that will happen. But it's just a matter of whether we'll not make a stupid mistake in defence, and whether we'll actually take our chances. Yeah. But it seems like we've got one sorted of scoring the goals and being clinical, but we've now got a problem with defending again. It's really weird. We can't seem to just
it's always
get
one or the other,
isn't
it?
Out.
It's always one or the other.
It's a mentality thing.
They do have
as I said yesterday, it's a mentality thing. We need to sort that out and get into the players' heads. Look, stop messing around. Like, just get your heads sorted out when it comes to these sort of situations. If you're winning a game, focus on not conceding again. It's just really weird. For some reason, we just concede straight away.
They do have individual quality though, Everton. Like, they're not an Everton side that we've played the past few years. Like, Richarlison's an absolute baller.
He always scores against us, doesn't he?
James Rodriguez. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He's very hot and cold though, Richarlison. I know he's been playing well recently, but he's very hot and cold. Like, he'll go through bits. Like, he'll have a couple of games where he's unbelievable, and then he'll have a couple of games where he's just a bit cold. So it depends which one turns up, I suppose.
And also, they've been toying with different goalkeepers recently, haven't they? They've played this youngster, I think, the past couple games.
Oh yeah,
and
Pickford's terrible, isn't he? Pickford's rubbish. If Pickford starts, has an instant 3 points. Just get a shot on target.
I don't even know his name, but he's like their third choice goalkeeper. He played against City and had a fairly decent game. Because I think Pickford got injured, or one of them got
T-Rex.
injured. T-Rex, yeah. But no, he looks pretty decent, so it'll be interesting to see who they play. And then for Brighton, will we ever see Webster play again, or is he in the same room as Lamptey?
Oh, he's probably done for the season.
They just locked him up. They locked him up.
What the hell is going on with Webster?
I've actually got a bit of insight on Webster. If I'm going to get the message up, let me just hear what he said.
Me. You do that, and then remind me to say something that I need to say.
So I got a message about it like last week. I won't say who it was because I don't really fancy getting the guy in trouble. But he never gets things wrong whenever he's messaged me. Like, so he's actually got like legit sources, and he just tells me stuff as it comes in. But I need to try and find it. So Ben, you can say what you were going to say. Let's try find it. Oh no, wait, I've got it. So he said Webster will be a few more weeks. He only started running again on Monday, so if he started running again Monday, the chances are he's probably going to be like, as he says, like a few weeks, and so that's the rest of the season pretty much, isn't it? Which is a shame. So I don't know what that's actually happened to him, because he didn't say what's actually happened. He just said that he told me that Lamptey torn ligament in his hamstring, so he won't play again this season. Webster will be back after the international break. That was before this. He said, all depends on how quickly the ligaments in his ankle heal. The club don't want to rush him back, as if he comes back too quick and tears it, he'll be out for a year. So you don't want to risk that and then potentially have him out for a whole year. They said that he only started running again on Monday. That's a bit of inside knowledge on the Adam Webster.
There you go.
On further inside knowledge and on that subject, like this is juicy. By the way,
Okay.
this is good shit. So this person that I know that's been like working on all these different Premier League clubs during COVID, he basically told me like how appalled he is at the level of physios and like sports scientists at Premier League clubs. So he's saying like, he's saying that they're all like people that have just come out of uni and they're getting paid like such horrific wages, like really, really cheap to take care of these. Yeah, so they're like really young people that are in charge of like 100k a week football players. And he said he walked into one Premier League club. I'm not going to name any names. Actually, fuck it, yeah. So he walked into Southampton and Theo Walcott was injured. And he said that so he walked in Southampton. Theo Walcott had like acupuncture needles all up his leg. And then he went in there and like to speak to the physio. I was like, what are you doing? Like, what's wrong with him? Just to find out. And he said, blah, blah, this is what's happened. And he was like, mate, he can go and train. Like, he doesn't need to be sat here in this room the whole day. Like, he can go and train. Like, all he needs to do is like run. So he's like appalled that all these massive clubs pay all these huge wages for these unbelievable players, but pay minimum wage for these young physios that don't really know what they're doing. They've just come out of uni. He says it just does not make sense. Surely if you've got these unbelievable players, you'd want the best doctors.
Is that actually true? But then, is that like actually true?
Yes, obviously some clubs obviously do have the good staff, but some of them just give them like.
I was going to say surely at like the top half teams would not do that. Like
the Tottenham documentary, they're all like pretty.
Yeah, I think the bigger clubs like that do, but he said a lot of the like literally he's in charge of a lot of, I think it's like 5 clubs or so during the COVID time. So yeah, he said it's a joke.
What does your mate do? What's his job?
Oh, I can't say just in case. I'll tell you offline just in case. But
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Cool.
All right. Well, yeah. If he's legit, I mean that's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But he said it doesn't surprise him.
I'll be very shocked.
But he said it doesn't surprise him that there are all these injuries, that like constant injuries, and that people were like sidelined for so long when they shouldn't really be.
Yeah. Interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm actually looking
also,
forward.
Boys,
right? Sorry, man. Go on. I'll finish. I'll finish off.
No, go on.
I was just going to say.
No, go on, mate. Go on.
I was going to say, getting into the summertime, because obviously football's going to be ending in May, season's going to be done. Mm-hmm. We're going to have quite a bit to talk about in the transfers, because this guy who messages me on Instagram, we could get quite a bit of juicy inside sources out. We could get a few little clickbait titles saying, "Are we signing this guy? Are we signing this guy?" Could be quite
Cristiano Ronaldo to Brighton. What?
Yeah, I just saw Cristiano Ronaldo on a helicopter just go over my house. Not quite sure what to make of it.
I just saw Cristiano Ronaldo come up to Shoreham Airport.
Yeah, supposed looking to bring in Dele Alli. Do you remember that meme? Please tell me you do. It's got off a Skype called Paul Barber. Bringing in Dele Alli, that meme. Do you not remember? Oh my god, you don't remember that?
No?
Oh, that's a shame. No. If you know, you know. I won't go on to it too much. But Dele Alli on Skype call with Paul Barber. Yeah.
The same dude that said about James Rodriguez having a transformation, probably.
Yeah, probably. Similar sources. Anyway, Maz, take it away.
Finally, boys. Yeah, finally, it was just a comment on our Instagram page from Sam. He just basically asked us a question. I don't know if any of you can shed any light, or if I can shed any light, or give our opinion. He said, "What's up with official Brighton Hove Albion YouTube and social channels disabling their comments? Would love to hear your take on it on the next
I'll tell you.
pod."
They need a proper, and they need a real good admin. That's what they need. That's what they're crying out for. They need a really good admin, don't they? So I don't think they need to look much further, really. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. I'm not sure what you guys think.
I wholeheartedly agree, Ryan.
Yes. Vouch me.
Yeah. Although we might lose you if you do get the job. So please.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, sad man.
Yeah. But no, it would be a great opportunity for you. But no, on the actual serious note, So I think they disabled it on Facebook first because they were getting so many like bad comments from the South African fans about Percy Tau not playing.
Right, standard.
And I think that because of the whole, I think some of the Ali Razor fans as well. I think they were like, well, we know that there's been homophobic stuff with every time we post
there was a lot of homophobia,
the gay pride stuff. Like all like on Facebook, you have like the love emoji, the heart emoji, all that kind of stuff. They had like just full of angry emojis, basically, comments about it. I'm not sure maybe if that
page, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that transferred over to Instagram, where all the comments were maybe negative from South African fans about Percy Tau.
There was mainly Ali Razor fans on there.
Surely Twitter would be disabled as well, because there's lots of South African fans on Twitter as well. So I don't really know where, because there's no consistency there. Surely you'd have it blocked.
I think a lot of the hate came from our fans too. I think the Aaron Connolly thing and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, started off with Aaron Connolly.
There was a lot of our
After
fans
Leicester,
giving a lot of hate. Like even on Talk Seagulls was getting tons of abuse, and it was aimed at me for some odd reason. I was just like, well, mate, can't really help it. Can't help with losing games. But like it's just nuts on Instagram. They can say all sorts. Like you've seen the Tuanzebe comments. It's not just racism and homophobia. It's just in general hatred, like for no apparent reason. It's
even the Brighton fan, didn't he? He got banned recently. I think that was after the Leicester game. He mentioned about the whole helicopter thing. He joked about that. It was
what's wrong with
horrific, like terrible.
Also, I want to just put out a thing. Oh, go on, Maz. Go on. I was going to say. I just want to say, rest in peace, Claude, because we don't know what's going on. That seems really horrible.
Yeah, that was horrible.
His tweets before that morning, that evening, like rest in peace.
I was going to say, the tweet he did before. I think it was his last tweet on his timeline, and it was horrible. It was horrible. It was like,
what did he say?
He said that he wants to join his mum, basically, and he won't be here soon, so he'll be happy.
So someone tweeted him. Someone tweeted him going, "Oh, your content shit," and he goes, "Don't worry, you won't have to watch it anymore because I'll be with my mum soon." And that, honestly, I actually read that, and I it probably broke my heart. I was just like, "That's a horrible." Mate, it was horrible. It was horrible. It was like,
Jesus.
It's just disgusting thing to like. Why would I just don't get the whole online hate thing. It's just like, why? Like, if people enjoy doing, like, I tweeted about it as well. I was like, just let people do what they enjoy doing. Like, what's it to you?
Yeah,
like, if someone enjoys doing something, it's just weird. Like, why is your life? Your life must be so bad or must be so boring that you have to focus on someone else's life and like give your negative energy to someone else.
Cancel culture. Get rid of all that rubbish. It's so stupid. Bringing up old tweets of old comments that they've said that could be deemed offensive. Shut up. Like, that was then, not now. So just get in the bin. If that's you, and you want to just cancel people, I think for me, weirdo.
I think for me, is if they've shown growth, if they've shown like acceptance and growth, like if they've taken it on and be like, look, I expect.
Yeah, but there's also like the out of context as well, Maz. Like, there's so many jokes and stuff that got taken out of context. Like, I'm not justifying anything like that, but like, everyone used to just say whatever they wanted, even just 5 years ago. It's just like any joke you wanted, didn't really matter. And like, yes, it could be taken out of context now and people get offended. But if you got offended, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Like, it's just scroll past it, don't look at it, and move on with your life. It really doesn't affect you.
I agree to a certain extent. I think what it is, the point I'm trying to make is, let's say for example, you've done something bad in the past, right? You shouldn't be judged on that, like going forward. No. So if you've shown remorse or you've shown acceptance to that what you've done, I think that's when it's like, okay, cool, like that they accept that what they've done is wrong. Let's get over it now. Like let's carry on. But I think it's like, if someone, for example, tweets something horrible 6 years ago and it still sort of shares those views now, obviously that's not okay.
Yeah, if it's like not banned, but
not a case.
He said something about the Asian community or something.
It was Hunmin's son.
But like, I'm sorry, there was no way on earth he meant that in a bad way. Like, people who took that so out of context, I'm sorry. That now you've made him lose his job. You've got your offended point of view over. Yeah, are you happy now? Like, are you actually happy now? Because he's not here now.
The worst thing is like the same people that have a go at these people, and then when they finally do something that they shouldn't have done, like Claude unfortunately did, and then they're those same people that were giving him stick are then like, oh, RIP Claude, like, can't believe this happened. Like, social media is such a bad place. It's like, you were literally one of the people that.
Yeah, you were one of the toxic people.
Yeah, you're one of the toxic people that made this happen. Unfortunately,
yeah, been off cancel culture.
That's the worst thing. Yeah,
been off. Get it gone.
Yeah, but No, definitely. Rest in peace, Claude. Of course, he was a content creator just like us. So it was horrible to see that.
Get Ricky Gervais on the scene more. He'll tell you his point of view.
Yeah, mate, I love this. Have you watched his podcast with Carl Pilkington?
I have.
Steve
It's
Merchant?
so funny. Yeah.
They are so good. Like when they cartoonise them.
Oh god, yeah.
Well.
I was literally seshed them in a couple of weeks. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah, I think it's like 6-7 years old. I think, or maybe longer.
Yeah, it's really old.
But yeah, it's fucking class.
It's on YouTube if you want to watch it. I can't remember. It's just called the Ricky Gervais Show, I think. Yes.
He summed it up perfectly, and he said about the whole people getting offended over things. He said I've got 20 million followers or something on Twitter. He said I put a tweet on. He said I don't know who follows me. I don't have a clue who follows me. He said, but I put a tweet on, and he said, but then someone will take it personally. He said, how can you take it personally when I don't even know who you are? He said that's like going into. He said that's like putting up a banner in the street saying driving lessons for £20 and then going, but I don't want to do driving lessons. Well, it's not accurate. I can already drive. It's at the people that want to do the driving lessons. So he said, how can that even work? It's it's so true.
He's a legend, man. I love him.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais.
But yeah, anyway, we're waffling now.
Show.
We're waffling. But yeah,
we're waffling now. Right, let's get it over and done with. We hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Ben is hopefully something Ben hungover or something like that. Something to do with Ben's hangover.
I don't know. That guy Welbs.
Yeah, put that. No,
comment saying that Sky Sports. What? Star Wars is clear. That's what you need to comment.
No, don't. That guy Welbs.
That guy Welbs.
Get his confidence up.
And of course, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.
Peace.